Imagine this. You come home ready to relax only to find your neighbor, HOA Karen, parked inside your own garage without asking. What would you do? Most people would argue. Some might call the cops. But Marcus, he had another idea. He simply locked the garage door and then left town for 10 whole days. What happened next? Well, it shocked the entire neighborhood. HOA Karen parked in Black Man's garage without asking, so he locked it and took a 10-day vacation. Marcus lived a quiet life in a small, picturesque suburban neighborhood. He was a proud homeowner, a hard-working man who had spent years saving up to buy his dream home. For Marcus, his garage wasn't just a place to park his car. It was his personal space, his sanctuary, his workshop. But unfortunately, like many suburban stories, there was a problem. That problem had a name. Karen was the self-appointed queen of the Homeowners Association. She strutted through the neighborhood like she owned every house, every yard, every parking spot. Rules applied to everyone, except her. She believed she was entitled to anything she wanted, whenever she wanted. And Marcus? Well, she never liked him from the beginning. One Friday evening, Marcus returned from work a little later than usual. He pulled into his driveway, clicked the garage remote, and froze. Inside his garage, as where his car should have been parked, sat Karen's brand-new luxury SUV. At first, Marcus thought maybe it was a mistake. Maybe Karen's husband parked it there by accident. Maybe she was confused. But his gut told him otherwise. As if on cue, Karen appeared on her porch across the street, sipping wine, smirking like she owned the world. "Don't worry, Marcus," she called out loud enough for neighbors to hear. "I'll only use it for a few days. My driveway's being pressure washed, and I figured you wouldn't mind." "I mean, you have a big driveway anyway." Marcus clenched his jaw. He wanted to explode. But instead he smiled faintly and said nothing, because Marcus wasn't the type to argue. He was the type to plan. That night Marcus thought about his options. He could call the HOA, but they were Karen's friends. He could call the police, but she'd probably twist the story. No. He wanted justice in a way Karen would never forget. So the next morning, Marcus quietly reprogrammed his garage keypad and locked it from the inside. Karen's SUV was trapped, completely immobile, and then Marcus did something even bolder. He packed his bags, grabbed his passport, and left for a 10-day vacation to the Caribbean. He didn't tell anyone. Not his neighbors. Not even his co-workers. He just vanished, leaving Karen's car imprisoned in his garage. Day one, Karen strutted over to get her car. She entered her usual garage code, error. She tried again, error. She pounded on the garage door, furious. By day two, Karen was screaming at Marcus's empty house, demanding he come out. Neighbors watched from their porches, whispering, laughing, recording. By day three, she was red-faced, calling the HOA president, insisting Marcus had stolen her property. The HOA president shrugged. "Well, maybe you shouldn't have parked in his garage without asking." By day five, Karen called the cops. Officers arrived, checked the property records, and laughed. "Ma'am, this is his private garage. You trespassed. There's nothing we can do." Karen was humiliated. On day 7, Karen resorted to begging. She left notes taped to Marcus's door. She left voicemails on his phone, apologizing, pleading, promising it would never happen again. By day 9, she had no car to drive, no dignity left, and no sympathy from the neighbors who had grown tired of her arrogance. And then, on day 10, Marcus returned. He pulled into the driveway, calm and composed, as if nothing unusual had happened. He opened the garage door with his remote. There was Karen standing in her driveway, watching in horror. Marcus stepped out of his car, glanced at Karen, and said with a sly smile, "Hope my garage treated your car well." He walked inside, humming to himself, leaving Karen fuming and powerless. Karen never dared park in Marcus's garage again. In fact, after that humiliation, she avoided him entirely. But here's the twist. Word of the incident spread beyond the neighborhood. Other homeowners, tired of Karen's bullying, started pushing back. They filed complaints. They voted her out of her HOA position within months. The woman who thought she owned the neighborhood lost everything, all because Marcus took a vacation. So what's the lesson here? Sometimes the best revenge isn't shouting. It's silence. Karen thought she had power, but Marcus, he showed that patience and planning are stronger than arrogance. And in the end, justice always finds its way.